Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Black Panther character from the Unmatched games. Now, Black Panther is part of the King and Country set, along with Black Widow and Winter Soldier. Black Panther is, of course, the king and protector of Wakanda, the fictional African nation in the Marvel Universe, which has a lot of really advanced technology because of Vibranium. We see that T'Challa, the Black Panther here, is accompanied along with his sister Shuri as his sidekick. So let's take a look at his card here. Black Panther is a melee fighter with a health of 14. Shuri, his sidekick, is ranged. So he has a ranged sidekick with a health of 6, which is not a whole lot of health. He has a move of 2. His special ability is his Vibranium suit, which is whenever you boost, draw 1 card. So that is going to be whenever you are boosting maneuver, whenever you are boosting an attack by card effect. Whenever you do that, you also draw a card. And he also has his Vibranium suit, which is cards stored in your Vibranium suit can only be used to boost. Okay, now he's got this card here, which is Black Panther's Vibranium suit, which I believe this is the first horizontally aligned card in Unmatched. This allows you to place them there so that the boost value is showing. There will be some card effects that allow you to put cards into the Vibranium suit. We'll see here in the rule book that we have some special notes here for Black Panther's Vibranium suit. Black Panther can store cards from his opponent's deck through certain card effects. When you store an opponent's card, place it face up on your Vibranium suit card. Stored cards are not considered to be part of your hand or deck and cannot be used other than to boost. When you boost, you can use a card in your hand like normal or one of your opponent's cards in your Vibranium suit. If you boost with one of your opponent's cards, add the boost value and resolve any boost effect as normal, and then place the card in your opponent's discard pile. Whenever Black Panther boosts, he draws a card. Draw the card immediately after applying the boost value and before resolving the rest of the action. This effect happens whether you boost with one of your own cards or one of your opponent's cards. So we'll see that the boosting here does allow you to get a lot of card draw, which is nice. That can be a problem late in the game when you're not wanting to have to draw, because the boost is going to be mandatory, and that's going to be just like boosting maneuver or boosting attack. You have to draw. And there's some ramifications about cards being here in the Vibranium suits. A few things are that if the card is here in the Vibranium suit, it is not in your opponent's discard pile. So effects that care about cards being in the discard pile, being able to pull cards out of your discard pile, which a number of characters have recursion like that. Someone like Sinbad, whose voyages in his discard pile bring his movement and attack on the later voyages up. If it's in here, it's not in his discard pile. Additionally, if the card does not have a boost value on it, then Black Panther can't boost with it. So if one of Sinbad's voyages end up here in the Vibranium suits, Black Panther can't use it to boost, and it basically just stays in there, and it's never in Sinbad's discard pile, which is really bad for Sinbad. It's also a little bad for Black Panther because he wants to be able to use these cards. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at Black Panther's deck here. Going to start off with Vibranium Shockwave. This is an attack of 2. You may boost this card. Alright, well, you figured you were going to be getting some cards that you could boost. That's not surprising. This next one here, probably his signature card, as you would expect, is Wakanda Forever. You may boost this card up to 2 times. Draw a card for Black Panther's special ability each time you boost. So this is a versatile of 3 that can be boosted up to 2 times. So you can decide if you want to do it once or twice. And you do draw each time that you boost. And the card specifies that for you on there. So this could be a crazy defense, or it could be a crazy attack that you end up drawing cards off of. Ancestral Insight. You have 3 copies of this. It's a versatile of 4. If you won the combat, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and store it in your Vibranium suit. So you can see how you get cards in your suit by winning with Ancestral Insight being one way to do it. This puts a single card in there. You have to win. This is a 4, which can win quite often on attacks and can win some on defense. So that's 3 potential ways right there to get some cards in your suit. Anti-Metal Claws. Versatile of 1. Add the boost value of the opposing fighter's card to this card's value. Then you may boost this card. So you add their boost, and then you get to boost it. So this can really go up quite a bit here. Once again, another card that allows you to boost. He has a bunch of cards that allow him to boost because he kind of needs it with his suit. Microwave Mesh. A defense of 2. You may boost this card. Well, this guy loves to boost. Now we're getting into some of Shuri's cards here. Nano Triage Processor. It's a versatile of 2. Shuri recovers 1 health. If Black Panther is in the same zone as Shuri, he also recovers 1 health. Tactical Remote Scanning. This is Shuri's scheme. Choose an opponent. Reveal the top 2 cards of their deck and store them in your Vibranium suit. So you have with this guaranteeing that 4 cards of your opponent's deck can go into your suit, assuming that Shuri is not defeated. So you can see that with Shuri having ways of getting cards into there and also the healing that she gets quite a target on herself. Stalking Panther. This is the first any card. Move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. They may move through opposing fighters. Gain 1 action. It's interesting that they made this an any card because I guess the only thing it would matter is in like a free-for-all or 2v2 game. If Black Panther were to be defeated, then Shuri could still play it. But it really doesn't do anything specifically with Shuri, so it's kind of interesting. But basically just lets you move all your fighters and gain an action. Analyze and Adjust. This is an attack of 3 that can be used by any, so Black Panther or Shuri. After combat, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and store it in your Vibranium suit. So this is another 3 now, so this is now 10 cards that can do that. This one is not dependent on winning. It just happens as long as this is not fainted. 10 potential cards, a full third of their deck that could go into there. Like I said, these need to be done by Shuri. These needing to win. These 3 just being cards that just go ahead and happen there unless it isn't fainted. So that's a lot of cards from your opponent's deck that they can just like not ever even draw. So that's pretty crazy. Cat-like Reflexes in any. If you won the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat up to 3 spaces. So it just lets you move somebody. Evade. We saw this in Bloody Mary's deck, making a return here. It's an any. After combat, draw a card. Next we have Feint, which is 2 copies of Feint. That's a little different. But you know Feint, cancel all effects on your opponent's card. And lastly, Regroup, which has 2 copies of Regroup. Draw 1 card. If you won the combat, draw 2 cards instead. So yeah, a lot going on here. We can see that the Vibranium suit can be big, not only for Black Panther to be able to use these cards to boost, but also just to get them out of your opponent's hand. As we showed with Ancestral Insight, that's 3. Analyze, Adjust, it's another 3 for 6. And Tactical Remote Scanning, which is 2 each for 4, so that puts it at 10. That's 10 potential cards that can just disappear out of your opponent's hand and end up in this Vibranium suit. The fact that they don't get to even use these cards or ever even draw them is probably as big a deal as the fact that you can use them against them to boost. He does only have 2 passes here with Shuri on tactical remote scanning, since Stalking Panther gains in action. But if you're ripping 10 cards potentially out of your opponent's deck, that's a lot less draws they get, so that can help you out. So he can actually still do well in exhaustion. Really, there is not much that he could be throwing at you on offense or defense that you wouldn't want to faint. I mean, you'd be happy to cancel most everything except maybe regroup, evade, you would feel a little bad about. Some of them, like Vibranium Shockwave, aren't going to go up really high. It's going to be stuff like Wakanda Forever that you want to definitely try to get feints into, or something big there, because that's a huge card there. His own boost values are okay there. You've got the 3s that you have are Wakanda Forever, which you're probably not using as boost. Tactical remote scanning and analyze and adjust, which put cards in your Vibranium suit, so you're probably not using those. So from your own deck, you're probably throwing like regroups and maybe evade and stuff in there. So you're more going to be using your opponent's cards there to boost a lot, because your own are not going to be really great for you to boost with. But obviously Shuri becomes a big target just because of her healing and tactical remote scanning, being able to put more of their cards in your Vibranium suits. They're going to want to try to get rid of her. And she does have a fair bit that she can defend with there, with Nano Triage, Cat-like, Feint, Evade, technically Regroup. Not that that's a really good defense. So it can take a few resources to get rid of Shuri. But she is only at 6 health, so it's not a whole lot there. So anyway, that is a look at Black Panther here, and you can see what all is going on with this guy. If you found this video useful, you can give it a thumbs up and a like. You can go down into the comment section and let me know all of your thoughts down there. And if you're interested, you can also go to my channel and subscribe to make sure that you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy here at To The Tabletop, and we'll see you around next time.